I referred people to the FBI, but that
Mhm.
was if I was tired of talking to them and they were what we call a 220, kind of mental.
PewDiePie giving up gaming completely to spend time with his son. Crazy how times are changing. I didn't even know that he was still gaming. I knew that he occasionally still did some video content, like reacting to news and vlogging and stuff. I didn't even know that he still gamed. So he's filthy rich. This is a guy who literally watched other creators, okay, said, I want to do that. Turned on a camera, randomly played a game, screamed. What is that on the wall over there? I'm going to check it out in a second. There's something on my wall. Screamed like a girl at horror games. That's how he got his name, by screaming at his camera like a girl playing horror games. Much like Markiplier and all of them, which is hilarious that they got so big screaming like sissies, right? Everyone likes this act he puts on. It's obvious it's an act. Like anyone with a brain would be like, dude, he's not actually that scared at the games. He's overacting to be like a cartoon character. People loved the character. So they fall in love with this guy. He ends up becoming this humongous Let's Player, right? And he blows up in popularity. Next thing you know, people are looking at this guy like he's some kind of representative of all streamers and gamers. And it's like, is he really? Or is he just some guy that kind of got crazy lucky and blew up because of, the virality of streaming and things like that? That's the way I see it. Then people say, oh, well, now he did this on stream and it's bad representation for all of gamers because he said this or he did this. Who made PewDiePie responsible for all of gaming? Like, who made him the face of gaming? I wasn't aware that happened. He's just some guy who screamed at a camera like a Muppet or a cartoon character. He got popular. Good on him, right? I'm not shit-talking him. I'm just saying he played a role. People thought the role was funny. Great. What's the problem? Well, the problem is he became a multimillionaire. He was making millions of dollars a year doing this character. And therefore, people put so much undue attention, I feel, on the guy that he had all this pressure. And then sometimes he would make a mistake that any human would make, and everyone would be like holding him to task for it. And the worst part was when people would actually get hurt because of stuff he did, but he didn't intend for that to happen, right? If he's streaming and he says a word and people are like, what a bad word. Now all gamers are racist. It's like, what? The hell are you talking about? Dude, that's PewDiePie. It ain't that serious. Like, what are you? But anyway, he became ridiculously popular, ridiculously rich. Now didn't he move to Japan or whatever? And so, dude, he never has to work for the rest of his life. He can literally sit on his ass for the rest of his life and everything's fully paid for. So why would he have to make content? If he says, I don't want to make content anymore, I want to spend time with my family, that's his prerogative, and no one has a right to criticize him for it. Okay? Now, to put it in perspective of me, because, obviously you're asking me this question. You want my take on it, right? I'm not making the question about myself. I'm personalizing the answer towards my own experience, in my opinion. If I were ever to become filthy rich, because it ain't going to be through being a creator. I'm never going to go viral like PewDiePie did. I'm never going to have the audience he had. I'm never going to make that much money. Okay? But if I were to somehow become filthy rich right now, maybe, I don't know, maybe I win the lotto or something, right? I would still stream. Even if I don't monetize it, or maybe if I monetize the stream, I give it all away. I would still stream. You might say, well, I don't get it. If you're rich, why would you want to work? Because I love this. I love sitting here chilling with you guys. Like, this is genuine fun to me. While I'm also making money, I'm having a ton of fun. So why wouldn't I want to continue it as my side hobby? I wouldn't want to do it as much as I do. Like right now, I do it full time as a job. Obviously, what I would want to do is reduce the amount of time that I do it, right? And that's perfectly fine. But I would still do it because it's my passion. I wouldn't ever want to quit. PewDiePie says, I want to quit. Well, that probably means he's not that passionate about it anymore. And you know what? If he's not, then he should quit. Why keep doing something long-term that you're not passionate for anymore, right? There's so many creators out there that they start off small, they blow up, and then they realize I didn't want to blow up. I actually just wanted to be a small-time guy, and now the passion's gone because now it's all big, making tons of money. You got to worry about employees. You got to worry about all this shit. They didn't ever want to do that. They just wanted to make videos and fuck around, For me, that's kind of it for me. Like, I don't ever want to blow up. I just want to be a guy who's just like a normal guy who hangs out with you guys and has a good time. That's all I ask. Literally, that's all I ever want. So if ever it gets like much bigger than that, I feel like I would also maybe lose my passion for it. But if I were to come filthy rich right now, I'd be like, let's stream 2-3 times a week. You know, let's do a chill hangout stream. Let's play a particular game or two. Let's play a game every once in a while. But, you know, I would still want to do it. I genuinely get a lot of enjoyment out of doing this. But to PewDiePie, more power to him. If he wants to spend time with his dude, don't you think that's a noble thing? I have a family now. I'm not in my 20s single. I don't need to scream at a camera like a sissy. I'm not really a hyper intelligent individual who's educated on world events. I probably shouldn't be doing commentary videos on like the Middle East because I'm just a fucking creator who plays games and screams. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of respectable. All right, I'm just going to step back and live my life now. Leave me alone. Sounds good to me. I don't even have a single word of criticism for that. That's seems pretty, makes sense of an attitude to have. Okay, so I believe that's a stink bug on my wall that's crawling up my wall who I need to get out of my house. So if you guys don't mind, I got to catch a stink bug. I'll be right back. I got to get a piece of Tupperware to put him in, okay? Got the Tupperware to put him in. Right back. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the stink bug that was on my wall. He's crawling around in this Tupperware right now. See him? So stink bugs are an intrusive species that try to get into your house at this time of the year where I live in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Now, if you ever get a stink bug in your home, it is incredibly important that you do not kill it. The reason being, stink bugs have a pheromone that they give off when they are in distress. And if you kill a stink bug, it explodes with this pheromone, and it actually will attract other stink bugs and other bugs. I learned this the hard way many years ago when the very first one of these came into my home, and I did kill it. It wasn't, it was actually by accident. I was actually trying to get him, out of the house, and I was trying to grab it, and I killed it by accident. And within an hour, all of a sudden, 1 million bugs had come to the window of my office. I was like, what in the holy hell? So you catch them, and you release them outside, and then you're good. So I'm just going to go leave this bug. I'm going to go walk out my front door and toss it in the front bush, and I'm going to come back. Be right back.